Hi, I'm Zoe, the engineering lead for the Palantir for Builders team. The Palantir for Builders team is focused on working with our engineers, analysts, and data scientists at our customers to build end-to-end solutions in the platform. And today, at the DevCon postgame, I'm going to be talking to a few of our builders to see how they're delivering value in the platform. Sam, would you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sam. I am a developer at Selkirk Sport.
My name is Joe Leithauser. I am a founder of Aplos Innovation.
So my name is Michael Bryan. I'm the Director of Data Science for Goodnight Midstream.
Hey, I'm Jack Miller. I'm the CTO at HelmGuard AI, and we've been doing a lot of our building on the Palantir platform.
Why are you building on Palantir?
Yeah, so it's really interesting. So my preconceived notion going into a startup was okay, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna find a problem. There are obviously going to be customers that have that exact problem. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see that problem. I'm going to talk to no customers. I'm going to go off. And I'm just going to code for 3 months. I'm going to come back out. We're going to get $1 million in revenue immediately. And then we're going to go from there. Yeah. Turns out this is not the case.
Okay.
Actually, what you need to spend all of your time doing is finding product market fit. Mm-hmm. And because we're a sort of security compliance startup, people really, really care, obviously, about the security of their data that is coming to us. And so we needed to find a solution whereby we could spend all of our time thinking about product market fit, thinking about defensibility. And so actually Palantir was the obvious choice because the security primitives are there. Yeah. It's actually quite easy to build on. And so we can spend all our time focused on what is the customer pain point.
Well, with Palantir, we're building a whole company on Palantir. So we can deploy our applications in very rapid fashion with AI and automation built into the platform. So we've built all of our sales apps, our finance, our HR, everything we build as a company, we built on Palantir. It gives us a single data platform for all of our information. We don't have to move data around, and we can leverage that expertise for our clients.
Yeah, and were you starting sort of from ground zero and then building in the platform, or did you have to transition from other tools?
No, we were a brand new company, and we made a strategic decision, essentially to build our entire company on the platform. We'd all worked in different companies where you have a sales application not talking to your finance application, not talking to your project management application. And with Palantir and the Ontology, we can create a single data platform that runs our entire business.
Yeah, that's awesome. And how do you find building on the platform?
It's super easy. So I thought my build days were over. I've been leading analytics and governance teams over the last several years and not really into the code very much. I started out with some simple training about a year ago and then started just building on the platform. And now I can create software.
And I get this question a lot from customers, but how did you learn Palantir and sort of ramp up in the software?
Getting access to it was the first step. And then once we had access to the software, it's just like a rocket ship. If it's intuitive enough to be able to build on your own, if you have a conceptual idea of what you want to do, the data tooling makes it easier to get the information in there. And then the analytics suite and the ontology is intuitive enough to be able to build on your own.
And I think basically what happened was about a month or so into using the platform, there's a bit of an aha moment where you sort of realize what's going on, and what's going on with the ontology, what's going on with publishing functions, and how things are kind of structured in the internal mind of Palantir. And so once you grok that, I think actually you just sort of get it. And now I have sort of an intuition about what's going on the platform.
I think it was a good experience overall. I started with E2E speed runs in the Learn Palantir platform, and I thought it was a great experience because it got you in to the platform. It got your hands on the tools. So Pipeline Builder, Foundry overall, and then workshops. I was really able to get kind of a whole view, very condensed in those speed runs, and get a good idea of what Palantir was trying to do.
Final question is, what's your go-to product or application in the platform?
Quiver.
Quiver. Michael's a Quiver master, I will say that.
It is insane. It is we've used a lot of time series data from tools from other companies, and it's Quiver is everything and more. You can just keep going and going and going and going and really fine-tune analysis. It blows my mind.
I actually think my go-to application, which is a bit of an underdog in the platform, is Automate.
Oh,
I actually use Automates all the time for loads of things. I think especially we found actually one of the primitives that non-technical users like don't quite have access to with like ChatGPT or other AI tools is like parallelism and the capacity to do things like asynchronously. And so Automate provides the capacity to say, okay, they've just uploaded this. Let me then go and like orchestrate 50 model calls with Automate, do so in this sort of like asynchronous way, have like all of the side effects, the failure conditions, the retries, all inside of Automate. And like, I think most people, how they use Automate in the platform is like, oh, send an email or whatever. No, we're orchestrating everything through that. But outside of that, I'd say OSDK, Agent Studio, Logic, and obviously the Ontology.
Yeah,
that's
the
like
heavy
my big
hitters.
5, the heavy hitters. That's right. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Jack.
Thank you so much. This was great.
Awesome.